What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update, fourth stimulus check update, and daily news. We got a lot going on right now. We're going to speak with Dr. Anthony Fauci. We're going to talk about the IRS refunds, tax refunds, as well as the unemployment money that you're expecting, as well as stimulus checks and the upcoming round of stimulus, the fourth round of stimulus. All sorts of things to talk about. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates on the fourth round of stimulus that is coming out. And don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. And here we go. First, Dr. Anthony Fauci responds to critics.
It is likely that if you are vaccinated, that you are not going to spread infection if you get infected without any symptoms. There's no doubt about that. I understand that as well as anybody else. But there is studies that are coming online now that are going to definitively prove that. And that's the reason why we say when that happens, we'll pull back on the recommendation of saying people who are vaccinated should continue to wear masks. It's very likely that they're not infective. But just to be sure and just to be cautious, you want to be conservative on the side of saying, wait till we get data where we could definitively prove that. It isn't just me.
Wearing masks into 2022, Doctor? Do you still stand by that?
Neil, that was taken, come on, let's get serious about this. That was taken totally out of context. What I was saying,
so you don't think that's right? You don't think I should have masks in 2022? That shouldn't be necessary.
We don't know, and I'm not saying that we will. If we get a major surge and we have a continuation of an increase in cases, it is conceivable that we may be having to wear masks in 2022. But if we continue to get people vaccinated and we get the overwhelming majority of people together with those that have been infected and the level of infection goes way down, we very likely will not have to. You know, we're playing this game here. You take a word or a sentence somebody says and you throw a gotcha at them. No, I did not say definitively we unquestionably will be wearing masks in 2022. I said under certain circumstances that might be conceivable that we would have to. But there are circumstances in which we may not have to.
This comes as new U.S. positive virus cases every day are trending back up a little bit after our recent plateau. We're averaging around 65,000 new cases every single day, positive cases, with yesterday 68,844. The concerning part about this is that the larger and larger percentage of cases every day is now under the mutant strains or the variant strains. And that is a cause for concern for expert officials. And the deaths per day is trending down. We're now below 1,000 deaths per day. I'm not sure if that's something to celebrate or not, because 1,000 people dying per day just in the U.S. is still kind of a lot. As we've crossed now 550,000 deaths in the United States, with about 30.7 million people in the United States having tested positive, and that doesn't count the people that never went and got tested. So basically, about 10% or maybe even more of the United States has had COVID-19 at one point or another at this point. If you're waiting for a tax refund, well, you're not alone, as the IRS is struggling to send out stimulus checks, process tax refunds, set up a new system for the $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credits that you likely may be able to claim as early as July, with $250 to $300 per month payments per child, along with a 6-month one lump sum, $1,500 to $1,800, possibly in the front half of that in July, or possibly on the back half of that when you file your tax returns next year. I'll keep you up to date on when we're able to claim this money. But the IRS is trying to set up a new system for that. They're trying to process the $10,200 unemployment income tax that is now tax-free for the first $10,200 of income that you made last year in 2020. This is retroactively passed from the third stimulus check package. And I do expect them to pass another provision like that in the near future for the fourth round of stimulus. I think that's something that likely could be passed in one of the near packages. That was actually possibly done by Joe Manchin. He negotiated, which what didn't seem like a good thing at the time, down from $400 per week to $300 per week unemployment extension that is now going out. There is some delays with that. I'll talk about here in a second. But that unemployment extension went from $400 to $300 per week. But as a sweetener to throw that in there, they added this $10,200 of unemployment income that is tax free. That for many Americans is actually a sweeter deal for the sweetener, as the average American with $10,000 of unemployment from last year is getting $1,000 refund back, or an extra $1,000 stimulus check. Could be higher, could be lower. If you're in the 25% tax bracket, it actually could be $2,500. Well, the IRS is behind processing IRS tax returns in 2021 for the year 2020. They're processing nearly 7 million tax returns that they're behind on, and slowing refunds as it implements new stimulus payments to Americans. The agency has a backlog of returns that has not been processed for weeks. Now it has to send out stimulus payments, the $1,400 of the newest round that just went out on Friday, and change the tax code in the middle of a busy filing season. They have to change the tax code because of the multiple provisions passed in the third stimulus check package, such as that $10,200, the unemployment that's going out, along with the child income tax credits or child income payments that are going to be coming out in monthly payments. The IRS says the delays are largely a result of a year's worth of extraordinary stimulus measures that have created more complicated tax returns for millions of Americans. The IRS was already straining to adjust after the December stimulus package. And the newest stimulus package, the American Rescue Plan, adds even more tasks for the agency, including sending out another round of $1,400 one-time payments, making changes to tax rules to help unemployed workers, and paying out the new child tax benefit. This child tax benefit is basically equivalent to $3,000 in your pocket for every single child that you have over the age of 6 through 17, and $3,600 per child for any children you have under the age of 6. The IRS is trying to set up a new payment system right now, but as we just discussed, they're extremely far behind, and they're short on staff from the pandemic they're trying to bring back. But they got to set up a new system to try to claim this monthly income tax credit that they're going to pay out in monthly stimulus checks, basically. That they're trying to set up a new online portal. I'll keep you up to date on this and when to expect this money going forward, because basically it's an extra $3,000 to $3,600 in your pocket for every single child you have. This is just for 1 year. This is an increase of the child income tax credits that was previously increased to $2,000 underneath former President Donald Trump. However, one of the things I'm expecting in the fourth round, the upcoming round of stimulus, is for President Biden and the Democrats to expand this to more than just for the next year. I'm expecting them to expand this for several years down the road as well. So who knows? We could see another 5 years of that, which would be 5 years times $3,000 or $3,600, which would be an additional $15,000 in your pocket for every single child you have. This is the start of the monthly income, monthly stimulus payments. And really, the Democrats are pushing to do monthly stimulus checks in the next package, not just for people with children, but for everybody as the fourth stimulus check. They want to make it a recurring stimulus check. We'll come back to that in a second. Before I forget, I want to talk about that there could be a delay if you are currently on unemployment, or anybody you know is on unemployment right now, for the $300 per week extension, the unemployment boost money. Currently, it didn't change. It used to be $300 from the second stimulus check package, and they renewed it with the third stimulus check package at $300 per week. However, because this is actually an extension, I've already seen reports that states are going to likely be behind And if you've been on unemployment from the second stimulus check payment, a second stimulus check package, you know that they can get behind for several weeks. The IRS is apparently not the only company or business or organization that gets behind. And unfortunately, if you're on unemployment right now, you might be behind or miss out on a few weeks of the $300 per week unemployment boost. However, they'll likely retroactively pay you for that. But if you're on unemployment, just letting you know now that the next couple payments, depending on when it hits, you might not get that $300 per week extension for a couple weeks. And it's going to depend on your state. All 50 states are going to be different. Some are faster, some are slower. You know if you're from one of the slow states because, yeah, some of them take forever, it seems like. So I'll keep you up to date on this as well. Also, with the $10,200 unemployment money, the IRS says they're going to try to start processing that in April for 2020 unemployment. Remember, the average person is going to get a $1,000 tax refund or a $1,000 stimulus check from that. Could be higher, could be lower. I'll keep you up to date on when to expect that money as well. Also, let me know if you have had come across this situation. This also could occur for the fourth stimulus check upcoming in the future. As you can see here, why did my spouse and I only get half a stimulus payment and other third stimulus check problems? My spouse and I only got half a stimulus payment. Can we fix it? The IRS says that some married couples filing jointly may have only received half the amount they're eligible to receive. The IRS is working on getting the remainder out, stimulus checks, to eligible couples. Your payment may arrive via different methods. I've also seen some reports that some people say they got one stimulus check for a married filing jointly couple, but are missing one. And so watch the mail in case you get a check or a debit card in the mail for the missing amount. The IRS recommends that each spouse visit the Get My Payment Tool portal individually to check their payment statuses. If you're on Social Security or VA and you haven't got your third stimulus check yet, $1,400, it's very likely you're going to receive it on April 7th, which is now 3.5 days away, Wednesday, April 7th. Many people have already gotten on Social Security their $1,400 stimulus check early as an early Easter present, early but yet late. And if you're on Social Security, you know exactly what that means. And unfortunately, the VA might be in the same boat, but actually even later. Many of the Social Security beneficiaries' direct deposits for the $1,400 third stimulus check went out on Friday, and many banks immediately processed it and made it available. Some of the banks I'm seeing that were making that money available to people instantly was Chime Bank, NetSpend, MetaBank, Cash App, Green Dots, H&R Block, and TurboTax. If you got your $1,400 stimulus check early and it's not pending and they made it available, let us know what bank you're with down below. Let us know if you're on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, not Social Security, and let our viewers, our extended family, know down below. If you're pending, the IRS Get My Payment tool says they're going to update today or tomorrow, so you can start checking that. A lot of people are still showing status unavailable. In fact, honestly, I wouldn't even worry about that at this point. I've seen so many people that got their stimulus check already, $1,400, and it still says status unavailable. So honestly, status unavailable pretty much means that they just don't have an update for you. And your stimulus check could already be on the way. It could be in the mail. Even if you're expecting direct deposit, make sure you're checking your mail every day because you could get a mail paper check or a debit card in the mail because even if you're expecting direct deposit, millions of people are getting them in the mail because for one reason or another, the IRS decides to send you a paper check or a debit card. So please keep that in mind, as well as for the fourth stimulus check, whenever that gets passed, keep that in mind as well then. We have two different real proposals from Democrats for a $2,000 stimulus check followed by monthly recurring payments. This one is for $2,000 per month, including $2,000 per month after that, after the first one, until the pandemic is over. And a lot of people think that this could be possible. A lot of people are naysayers and say it can't really happen. But the reality of it is that the Democrats are going to pass this next bill completely on their own. So they don't really have to negotiate with anybody but themselves. So we have almost 100 different Democratic lawmakers pushing for $2,000 stimulus checks and then monthly reoccurring payments after that. The other one is a $2,000 stimulus check, as you can see here. This is an actual bill that was introduced this week, followed by $1,000 recurring monthly payments every month. But this one, instead of going until the pandemic is over, it goes until 1 year after the pandemic. So instead of $2,000 per month, like the previous one, which is this one right here, this one's $2,000 per month until the pandemic is over. This one is a one-time $2,000 stimulus check with $1,000 monthly recurring payments after that. And again, whether you think it can be passed or think it can't, the Democrats are almost certainly at this point going to have to pass the next package, the infrastructure package slash stimulus package, completely on their own through the reconciliation process. This is the exact same way they passed the third stimulus check package and did include a $1,400 stimulus check, as well as $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credits that they could expand in the next package as well and make that go for more than 1 year. So it could be every year for the next 5 years or so, along with $300 per week unemployment checks, also mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, and utility assistance that we're waiting on to become available. I'll keep you on that as well. So really, when you add up all these things, including monthly stimulus checks for children, the child income tax credit, and weekly stimulus checks for unemployed people, it's really not that much of a stretch to think that they could include monthly stimulus checks until the pandemic is over. Now, the pandemic could be declared over as early as, say, this year. So we could be looking at maybe half a year of monthly stimulus checks, but that would be amazing. I mean, that's a whole lot better than one stimulus check. Getting 6 stimulus checks, that's if the pandemic is declared over at the end of this year. I kind of think that worst case scenario, we'll get at least one stimulus check in the next package. And really, the lowest number I'm seeing from any of the proposals or any of the Democrats is $2,000 for a one-time check. Nobody's talking about stimulus checks lower than $2,000. So at this point, best case scenario, we do get monthly recurring stimulus checks, maybe for 6 months, maybe for a year. Who knows? I mean, even monthly stimulus checks for 6 months would be absolutely amazing. Let me know your thoughts on that. But worst case scenario, I kind of think we'll see one more stimulus check in the next package. And the lowest number I'm seeing from any Democratic proposals is $2,000. So I will keep you up to date on all of this information. I will have videos for you tomorrow on Easter, 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be recording them before we do our or around our Easter festivities. I won't have an 11 p.m. video tomorrow, but feel free to join us and our family and celebrate with us tomorrow. We will have 3 updates for you and possibly some Easter surprises for you in these videos. So make sure to tune in tomorrow when you're not busy with family. I'll be here waiting for you. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates, and click the bell icon after subscribing to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live. Thanks, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Happy Easter. And you can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA, which is what me and my wife do as one of our businesses. And we've had dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.